Hello survivors, and welcome to episode 6 entitled Genesis Grand Tour of Ark News. In today's episode, we'll be discussing the Genesis release and what is next for Genesis Part 1. I will also discuss the future format of Ark News, more on that later. Also, I will discuss the Ark Cinematic Adventure playlist on my channel and discuss the YouTuber behind that. And finally ending with a new feature called the Community Crunch Roundup. So without further ado, let's get started. So Genesis Part 1 was released. It was delayed for a few hours due to a last-minute problem. The one thing surrounding the release I wasn't expecting was the time difference for other countries, but they managed it well, I think. It was like waking up on Christmas morning and discovered that it had snowed. The one thing that still makes me laugh were there were people who were asking for refunds because of a delay of a few hours. Could have been worse, could have been another month. I should mention that on your screen right now you're being provided with a Genesis Grand Tour, hence the title. I run a server for my tribe from the Trado, so enjoy the Grand Tour. So there's still a lot of controversy over Genesis Part 1, especially with the flyers being disabled, and although they have given official servers a server setting to change to sort this out, Wildcard themselves have issued no formal statement anywhere to state whether this was intended for the map, much like Aberration, or whether it's a bug. So it said the community manager has given up answering questions about it, and most of the devs have as well, as no one has enough information to comment. So, moving on to the future of Ark News. I love posting these videos. I used to type a long message of the latest information, and, well, that was getting old. And then this opportunity just seemed too good, and just seemed to be the way forward. And I don't want to stop. So episode 6 marks the first step. Each month will have a 3-part plan. At the start of the month there'll be hopefully there'll be a live stream gaming session with me on Ark, building or doing some taming or something. The title is still being worked on. In the middle of the month, this is being left open for a video, so there'll be a Let's Play or the Thunderbirds in Games series, and I'm very excited to announce this one, the Ark Creature Diaries, which will go through hopefully all or some of the creatures in Ark which you can tame or have. So hopefully the Wyvern, the Magmasaur. We're going to start with the Genesis creatures first, so the newer Genesis creatures, I'll start with those first, and we'll go down the list from there. And then the end of the month will still be reserved for the classic Ark News episodes. So I also have something, so moving on, so I have something really cool to share with you all. A YouTuber called Jukari, who has recently uploaded most of the Genesis soundtrack, just a quick side note, has created a cinematic experience for each map of Ark. They are actually really good. I recommend you check them out. I've saved them all to a playlist on the channel. There'll be a link below to that playlist, or you can go to his channel, so there'll also be a link below to that as well. So also something quite cool as well. A talented musician by the name of Nerdout has created a track for Island, Scorched Earth, Aberration, and Extinction. So if you follow me on Spotify and my Ark Survival Evolved soundtrack playlist, which I highly recommend, again, link below, I recommend you check them out too. Link to their YouTube channel is below, and also to the playlist on my channel as well. Also, link below in the description to that as well. So, without further ado, that just leaves the Community Crunch Roundup. So this is the new feature. This is going to have the main highlights and headlines from the Community Crunch, but due to Genesis, they haven't actually been posting any, so there isn't much news really. So this was the first since they were the release of Genesis. So Wildcard actually made a huge announcement. So they're bringing another fan map to the game called the Crystal Isles. It looks fantastic. Some of the screenshots are there for you. So they want to release this between Genesis Parts 1 and 2. So given that Part 1 was delayed by 2 months, I would say that Part 3 is probably... Part 3. What am I saying? Genesis Part 2 is probably going to be February 2021. So we're probably looking at a similar release date of Genesis Part 1 in 2021. So I would probably say that the Crystal Isles is probably going to be summer. I doubt that Genesis Part 2 is going to be sticking to their winter 2020 release date that was stated on their original release of the season pass. I sincerely doubt that. So they're also releasing a TLC. So this is a update. So rather than adding new items or new map or new dino, they will add new features to old dinos. So details of this I don't have yet. They were scarce as to giving us details, but as soon as we know more, I will include it on an ARC episode. So the other news is that although this doesn't affect the console community right now, but it might in the future, the sponsored mode program and its successful applicants have been chosen. So congrats to those people. There were some great mods chosen. The highlight, again, the Castle Keeps and Forts mod was chosen. So I believe it was the remastered format of the Castle Keeps and Forts mod got chosen. If you don't know it, it's sort of like a S Plus mod, but allows you to create really cool castles and stuff, and it looks amazing. If you're part of the tribe, I shared a really cool video of someone who built Hogwarts Castle using this mod, and it's really frustrating for us console players because we can't do much with what they give us because we don't get the mods. So until such time as we get the mods, it's just waiting really. So hopefully these mods will make their way to consoles soon. So really, that's everything for this episode of ARC News. As I say, the new format of what the channel will be taking is taking into effect sort of this month. So as I say, this episode of ARC News really kind of makes the stepping stone into the new format of what's coming next. So yeah, just keep your eye out on some new stuff. Hopefully, when the content of other people like Forza start picking up, I'll be able to bring out some new stuff. But yeah, as I say, so yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video, and enjoy Genesis, survivors.